Hi Leo, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the next 10 days. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, guys, definitely check out your other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for every Leo this particular reading. So we're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the near or immediate future. We'll clarify that. Then we're going to clear that spread and get into your person's energy, your energy, the possible outcome, and the romance angels and oracle cards. All right, so let's see what's going on with you. I do personal readings. If you'd like one of those, the information is in the description box below. All right, this is for Leo. All right, so in the recent past, we have the Five of Wands in reverse, the Tower, and the Five of Cups in reverse. In your current energy, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Wands. Then in the near future, we have the Eight of Cups, the Fool in reverse, and the Chariot card. So your overall energy for the next 10 days is the Ace of Swords. This is very much about being clear about how you want to move forward, especially around relationships. So I always say this with this card. The Crown tells me that there's an energy of wanting to find that right partner. It doesn't matter if you're single with somebody. There's just an energy or feeling of really wanting to get clear about what you want in a specific type of partner. Now, this could be clarity too about what you want moving forward as far as your career is concerned. We're going to touch on both things. We'll see what energies come up. Right now, it's just a need to focus on, especially the next 10 days, since that's what we're primarily focused on, what it is that you want and having the clarity around that. So if there had been changes just recently in your life, I know we had discussed some people were going through a divorce, some Leos, and this is like, okay, I'm coming to a place where I'm getting an idea of what I really want my future to look like. So in the recent past, we have the Five of Wands in reverse with the Tower card and the Five of Cups. This is not wanting any kind of drama around big changes. It seems like you're finally getting to a place where you're emotionally stable again. So something could be coming up or did come up in the recent past that made you feel like even though things had fallen apart, it's like the falling apart leads to a new beginning. And because now you're starting to get beyond the drama and the sadness and whatever it was that closed out in your life, this is actually feeling like an exciting new beginning, especially with the Ace of Swords. So even if you're not quite there and you don't have the full picture of what it looks like yet, it just tells me that something definitely had to break down in order for you to move forward and get beyond whatever emotional burdens is what I feel like were there, and feeling like they were kind of holding you back or holding you down. There is the energy of Scorpio here, so you could have been dealing with a Scorpio or a fire sign, another Leo or a Sag or Aries. Now, in the current energy, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Wands. There could be a sense of not really wanting to push forward in a love situation, especially if you're just coming out of a relationship, until you found your stability, until you feel like you are in a position where you can really stand strong. So the Seven of Swords can be a couple of things. It's you're defending your position. So if people are kind of pressuring you, like go out there, meet somebody new, or this relationship wasn't meant for you, it isn't meant for you, try to close that cycle out. Well, I don't feel like you want that pressure, and it could feel like that right now. So there's a little bit of an uncertainty around how to move forward in love. So it may feel like you're kind of at a standstill, but this is getting that courage and finding the ability to say, I really found myself and I'm okay with where I am. If I'm not feeling good enough to go out there and find it, that's okay. So defend that position and stand strong. because it's not up to somebody else. Especially if you're feeling pressure right now from friends or just people around you trying to set you up if you happen to come out of a long-term relationship. All right, so in the near future, we have the Eight of Cups with the Fool in reverse and the Chariot. Again, this is moving beyond emotional burdens, not wanting to move too quickly in the future because you want to make sure that you've left all of that emotional baggage behind you. You don't want to carry that with you in the future. So it's showing with the Fool in reverse that you just don't want to make any missteps. In other words, you don't want to repeat the past. You want to make sure that you don't carry any of the residual emotions into something new if you're moving into a new relationship. Now, this could be finally making a decision to walk out on something that doesn't seem to be serving you, especially with the current energy being the Ace of Cups in reverse with the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. You may be saying, you know what, it's just time. Could be the feeling that you're having now where you're just not happy. You're feeling unstable. And this tells you that you're ready. You're finally ready to close that door. You don't want to make a mistake when you do so, but it does show that you're moving forward. So we have Cancer energy there as well as Aries and Pisces and Scorpio again. All right, so let's clarify the Five of Wands and the Tower. What's going on for Leo, please? So we have the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Lover's card. So that indecision in the past, is this something I can move forward with? Am I 100% sure that this is going to be long-term happiness for me? And wanting that. Now, if this is a job, it does feel like something had to fall apart in order for there to be a new beginning. It doesn't mean that you lost your job. Some of you may have, in order to move towards something that's going to pay you a lot more. So if that's the case and you're in a position where you're a little bit uncertain right now where things are going, it feels really good because there isn't any kind of not just drama, but I feel like there's no difficulty in you finding something new. You're going to actually have choices when it comes to how you're going to make money in the future. This could also be that you have two different positions. In other words, you might have something full-time, but you're also following a creative project. And I want to say with that particular thing, because I'm picking up on this strongly, that you will make the extra money that you're looking to make. It also feels like the options that you have in the future, if for some reason you had lost a job and you finally had to close that door, what you find in the future is going to pay you more than you had expected. It was very much around love. So that energy is back and forth about, am I going to be okay financially if I do decide to move away from this relationship now that it's fallen apart? Now, in the upright, because it's still a sense of loving someone, so you may feel like, I still love this person, it's difficult to move forward. I want to be sure that I'm going to be okay if I need to break away from this because I need to get past the drama and the sadness of what happened in this situation. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Cups in reverse. There could be very much a sense of feeling unstable financially. If you're, I'm going to say this specifically, it could be for male or female, but for my females watching, if for some reason you have come out of a relationship and you're concerned about your finances, that is what I'm feeling right now in the current energy. There's kind of a question around, are you going to be okay? Are you going to be stable? And you'll be fine. You'll be okay. This to me says that you're going to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. All right. So then we have the Four of Pentacles. So that to me is kind of holding back. Hold on to your money. Make sure that if you need to invest right now, that's a good idea. Just setting aside, I keep seeing like a savings account. So just make sure that you set that aside, especially in the next probably 10 weeks to 30 days, or 10 days to 30 days. You want to make sure that you're being cautious with that. I just feel a strong feeling to hold on to what it is that you have, and you're going to be fine. And then we have the Four Swords. So it's a sense of kind of going around and around in your mind about this Am I going to be okay? If, can I stand on my own 2 feet? And yes, you're going to be able to. Now, for others of you, the question around moving forward in a job, I'd say the same thing to you. You could currently be in a place where you're up in your head. Don't worry. Again, this is just hold on to what you have, because what you're looking for is coming. And as I said before, it looks like it's going to pay more, or you're going to have a second type of income that's going to help you make things, pay the bills and do what you need to do. All right, so let's look at the Eight of Cups with the Fool in reverse. I just heard you feel a sense of freedom. So we have the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands. Now in the near future, with the Five of Cups in reverse, I'm going to say right away, it does feel like there's somebody that might be popping up from your past, but I don't think it's the same person. So if you've left a long-term relationship or marriage, this feels like somebody prior to that. Now this could just be friends and family that are coming back towards you in your life in the near future, but it does very strongly feel like it might be somebody that you knew in childhood. So somebody wants to reconnect. They just want to come back into your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it does feel like someone that you may have known. You could be seeing a lot of red birds too. For some reason, they're bringing that up. Now, this is a lot of nostalgia. So there could just be a chat over a drink about what had happened when you were kids, or reminiscing about the good times, things like that. That's the sense I'm getting. Now, this walking away from with the Fool card, like we said, you don't want to make any rash decisions is what I feel in the near future. You just kind of want to take it slow, release that emotional energy, and continue to move forward. Something more emotionally filling, feels like it's coming towards you. And I think it's going to start with this smaller type of energy. Now, this could also be if you're in a relationship and it's a little bit rocky. Maybe there was a moment where you thought that things were going to fall apart. I sense if you're already with someone and things were okay and there was just some imbalance, that things are going to be all right. You're just going to have to pull back a little bit. I don't necessarily think you're going to walk away. I think you're going to release whatever the issue was and walk away from the emotional, destructive portion of it. In other words, not allowing that to affect things and just moving forward. Reminiscing about how it was before and trying to fix things and move forward. So it does feel good if you're in a current relationship. Okay, so let's get into the person who's on your mind. All right, so think about that person and we'll get into their energy and your energy, and then we'll see what the possible outcome is for you. This is for Leo. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles. This is somebody very stable. The Hangman in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, and the Page of Wands. Okay, so you have to have known this person for me to be able to do this portion for you. So whoever you're thinking about, this person has a tremendous amount of stability. Now, is there a lot of love in this situation? I would assume there is at least a strong attraction. So if you know this person well, then you know I'm talking about who you are thinking about. They're stable. In other words, they're not somebody who stays stuck very long. This person still has a lot of passion going on. We'll talk about that in a second. The Page of Pentacles. All right, I'll try to give you all three scenarios. If this is somebody from your past that's on your mind, this person is someone who seems very stable, not only as far as their work is concerned, but this is someone who doesn't stay stuck for very long. I do feel like they've done some work, and I have a feeling they want to have a conversation about that. So they could be messaging you soon. Right now, it could be that they just kind of want to sit back and watch for a little bit. They're not sure. They want to make sure that you might be on the same page or as interested as they are. If you're wondering how that person's doing, they're actually doing very well. And have a tremendous amount of passion still for you. So it feels like they're going to come towards you soon. If you're in a current relationship, they definitely want you to know that whatever it is that happened, they want to work through it. So it does seem like they still have a tremendous amount of passion as well. So your energy is the Nine of Cups in reverse with the King of Wands, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the High Priestess. I feel like there's a part of you that realizes something wasn't fulfilling you the way you had hoped. Around maybe you didn't connect as passionately as you had hoped. Now, I do see you kind of not wanting to put your heart on your sleeve. You know, there could have been times when you didn't pay attention to your intuition, and now it's starting to kick in. So do I sense that you still have passion for this person? Very much so. There could have been some disappointments in the relationship that had hurt in the past, and that's because at the time you didn't pay attention to things that were around you. Now, if you're dealing with somebody from the past that you're inquiring about, I do think there's a lot of passion still for you. So you seem to be interested still, especially because you're pointed in the direction of that person. Now, let's see what the romance angels say for you. All right, this is for Leo. Okay, so we have very soon, retreat, let your friends help you, and romantic feelings, and then pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So where there may have been doubt for you in the past, I think things have shifted. If you're curious, this person still has a lot of desire to work things out with you. They seem very determined. It says very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. Let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. And then romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So absolutely, I feel like the two of you, if you allow this person to come back, they're going to have an explanation about understanding what had happened in the past. In other words, how things made you feel. It feels like there's a lot of regret. So you might actually get an apology from this person. Whatever it is that they did, they feel very much like they've worked through some issues of their own that they needed to. Do people completely change? Maybe not, but this person's definitely done some work on themselves. And I don't sense that there's a like manipulative type of energy. I just feel like they may have needed to take a step back if they had walked away from you. Either way, they needed to do some work on themselves. And I can see that there was some issues for you, especially around how they treated you. Maybe they didn't nurture the emotional aspect of things. Whatever it was, you may have felt like you missed something, or don't kick yourself in the butt for the things you didn't see then, right? When they say pay attention to the red flags, just be cautious when you revisit this. If you're in a current relationship, just make sure that the person actually follows through with what they say and how they're making the changes. Because yes, sometimes people say they're going to do something and their actions don't actually show that. So just keep an eye out. Where you may have missed things in the past, this time around, I don't think you will. Okay, so let's find out the possible outcome for you. This is for Leo. Now, here you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. I've also got the Virgo card very strongly, so it could be that. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Aries, Sag, or why am I at a loss? Leo, another Leo. Okay, so the High Priestess. Yes, this is definitely a relationship that's going through a transformation. The toxicity is being released. The connection is very high. The High Priestess is two people connecting at a soul level. So you may feel very connected to them on a spiritual level. And even if it hasn't come back together, you just feel connected to them. I do feel like there's going to be a conversation, a clear conversation about what needs to change in order for things to move forward. So I don't think there's going to be any BS, because if somebody doesn't actually show you, I think you'll cut them out. But the transformation card tells me this person's gone through a lot of shifting and changing. I think the relationship in general has gone through a big transformation, and that's what changes everything, because the hangman is in reverse. In other words, you're not going to stay stuck, especially if you're in a current relationship. Something needed to shift and change. So the two of you feel like you're on the same page and you're actually being really honest with each other. So I do feel like things are going to shift and things will work out for you, especially if you're in a current relationship with this person. Okay, so let's get the Lover's Oracle for you. All right, this is for Leo. So we have only time will tell. Absolutely, you got to give things time. And then we have emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So if there were the past hurts that we were talking about, like I said, there seem to be disappointments on your part. If you are able to release that and work through it and be really straightforward with this person, I mean, no BS, like cut right through the crap. And if they don't show up for you the way that they're supposed to, clearly, it's not worth putting the effort in. But I do think this person really wants to show up for you. All right, so last but not least, let's get the Oracle cards for a little message from Spirit. This is for Leo. We have mending. That's what I was talking about. TikTok. Time for a nap. Chaos and conflict. And then we have why. So why did things have to shift and change the way that they did so that the two of you could connect on a deeper level is what it feels like. Very much around mending. I just feel like it's something that's going to be worked on. TikTok, it's like, let's get this going now. I feel like this is really focused on the relationship. Definitely wanting things to move forward because there's lots to be done is how I feel like this is what this is saying. And then time for a nap. So you may need to rest. Sixes are about balance. So find that balance within the relationship as well. And really be honest with each other about what it's going to take. Be very clear. I think you're going to cut through the BS. Honestly, I don't think you waste too much energy on not being clear about what you need. But sometimes we do hold back. So if you're holding back anything, it'd be the time now to really speak your truth. Now, chaos and conflict, that reduces to a 6. To me, this feels like that's what's leaving. You're walking away from that kind of energy and into a calmer place. Like I said, you were leaving some of that emotional baggage behind in order to move forward. Now, for those of you that are single and just kind of curious about this, it felt like your energy needed to release that in the near future, and you don't want to be pushed to move forward too quickly into a relationship. It doesn't mean that love's not coming, because the opportunity's there. I do think you're going to connect with somebody possibly from your past, just not the one that you had left from a long-term relationship. Okay, guys, I hope that helped. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. Again, if you'd like a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. I hope you have a great 10 days, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.